Take your seat.
Tadar Sahi. Electoral, AC,
No. Your feet should be on ground.
I'll come a little forward.
Yes, little ahead if you are finding it difficult. You are from?
I'm from Kurumkume, originally from Kurumkume.
Kurumkume. Good. Previously it was an interior district. Now, what is the position of communication?
We have proper roads now.
Huh?
We have roads to reach Kurumkume now. Proper roads.
Proper road are there. How much time it takes from Itanagar to Kurumkume? Palin?
Around 6 hours. 6.
Earlier?
Earlier it used to take the whole day.
Whole day.
Morning used to go out around 5-4 to reach in the evening.
5-4. 12 hours.
Yes, sir. It was very, the terrain was very bad and also landslide. This season, landslide and all of that.
Okay.
Terrible.
Well, now you find better.
Yes.
Commuting up to Kurumkume has become an enjoyment. Okay. You have studied in University of Delhi.
Yes.
Do you ever feel or you have given the impression that you are an aligned person in Delhi?
Alien person, sir, I won't say.
Ethnically different, socially different.
No, sir. In BKV also we had very diverse classroom,
Okay.
so I didn't have much problem in
Okay.
mingling with people.
No special problem, no special attention.
Just few incidents of racist remarks were there, but otherwise it's been a pleasant experience. I like telling.
Okay. What are the 2 bad habits of Delhiites
Too bad habits.
which you feel there should be an improvement?
So I think observation-wise, I think first one is with comes to is they're a little bit impatient in public transportation.
Okay.
Metro is a quite hassle, sir, in terms of traveling.
I feel Arunachal is no different when it comes to this.
Yes, we are similar in this aspect. And the other one I would say is safety in terms of women. It's a
What about the lingua
Huh?
franca?
lingua franca.
Huh.
They speak Hindi.
No, that is their mother tongue. They are not Hindi speaking area. That is the Hindi speaking area.
Yes, sir.
No extra effort has to be made. But for the rest of people, what do you find they are Hindi?
Rest of people, as in the
No,
dialects.
like you,
Yes.
who are going from northeast
Oh.
or coming from South India.
I think, sir, in that terms, when speaking of Northeast,
Yes,
I think Arunachal is a easy. I find it easy blending there.
because their lingua
Yeah.
franca is already Hindi.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I deliberately used to speak in Hindi to mingle well. And for others, especially Manipuris, Mizo, they speak their own tongue.
Okay.
So they become a little exclusionary.
Okay.
Otherwise, and
Socially cut off.
South people, they mostly speak English. We mingle well. I don't know about the North.
Okay. You are from chemistry background. What is the first law of thermodynamics?
First of thermodynamics states it's the law of conservation of energy.
Yes.
It says that energy can neither be, for an isolated system, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only change forms.
Yes.
What is Krebs cycle?
Krebs cycle. I think, ma'am, it has to do with photosynthesis.
No.
It's with the is it with the glucose cycle? I'm
asking you.
I,
It's a chemical reaction of the body inside the body.
Biochemistry.
exactly can't recall it. I think it's with the glucose cycle and energy cycle. Sorry, ma'am, I can't recall that.
Who's the father of chemistry?
Antoine Lewis.
Name one metal that is malleable.
Malleable. Iron is malleable. Iron, gold, all metals are malleable.
All metals.
Metals are mostly known to be malleable. It's one of the properties of metals.
All metals. Are you sure? Name the stiff flower of the marketplace.
And it's the foxtail orchid. Scientific name is I forgot the I can't recall the name exactly. It's something red. The end name is Rectusa. The genus name, species name, the genus name I can't recall. Sorry.
Name the smallest flower of the world. Name a hotel which has 10-star rating. Only 10-star in the world.
Hotels are
5-star.
5-star, 3-star, so 10-star.
Only
Name that.
10-star in the world.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not aware.
So do you support polygamy?
I can make an argument about it, but
You can make argument.
I mean, I can give both sides. So, I don't think constitutionally, if I say don't support polygamy.
You won't support. So to overcome them, what you do for the society?
I think, ma'am, first and foremost, it has to come with awareness. And secondly, I think
Awareness, whom you give? To whom you give?
awareness to the society as well.
Society means
All the stakeholders, all of them.
That will be effective.
Strategy has to be multi-pronged. First, awareness is most important, especially for the children also in school. Also, I think we need to talk about polygamy more, especially in our national society. And then I think legally we can make 45 laws for restricting polygamy, against polygamy. And I think other than that, polygamy the core thing is that the woman has to be empowered, both in traditional sphere also and also in the formal sphere.
But according to customary law, I think most of the male, they claim that we can marry 10, 5 like that. No,
No limit is
no
there.
limitation. So we just do that.
That's why I'm saying, ma'am, key that the customs, even if it's your own traditional indigenous custom, it has to evolve with time. And any custom which does not give dignity to 50% of the other half of the population, I don't think that's justified. And constitutionally also it violates the right to equality and also dignity of women, which is against our fundamental duties.
And equal treatment of laws.
Recently, like tribal women can inherit paternal property and ancestral property. तो आप उसमें क्या सोचते हैं? आप सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं कि उसको अगेंस्ट में होंगे? Tribal women can inherit ancestral property.
No, I
Supreme Court में I think just bring it.
yes, because yesterday the judgment that came, and I support the judgment.
Why you support?
It aligns with the constitution.
Even the husband, you will get after marriage, you will get husband property. Then why you support this inheritance of it? Because husband will inherit definitely. Na? Again, you will get indirectly to husband property.
Husband, currently the situation is the woman is just the mediator. Even if the husband passes, the woman will hold it just for like a custodian. She's not the owner. Because it will pass to the son in our traditional law, at least for now.
You mean to say the law which is coming up, it will make women an independent property holder.
And I think it's high time that we need, especially in our society, we need to have, in terms of ancestral land, especially for the village land, I think there has to be a little bit balance between respect for the tribal rights, tribal land rights, and also legally. But I think otherwise, which is other than the village land or the ancestral land, I think other land there should be equal rights for both the male and the female.
Who is the first chief minister of Delhi? He had passed from Delhi, I think.
Sorry, ma'am.
First Chief Minister of Delhi.
Sorry, ma'am.
And you did IIT
Yes.
from Mumbai.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is the first recipient of Tadar Sahi Award? We're from Mumbai. Basically.
Ever you have tried for lecturership?
Lectureship.
Your lecturership or assistant professor in college, because your academic record is very fine. We are finding
Yes, ma'am.
very less number of teachers from the local area in Arunachal.
I did not apply.
You have
I
no
haven't-
interest?
I'm more inclined. I think I'll suit my temperament. It suits my temperament
Yes.
better serving the civil service.
What you feel this profession is not work for you?
Teaching?
Huh?
No, sir. It's not like that. I think I'll be of more service, and I'll have professionally also I'll be more fulfilled in civil service.
You have done BSc Chemistry and also IIT also.
I have been
MSc chemistry.
MSc Chemistry.
Yes.
And what about IIT?
IIT
Then I
chemistry.
did in chemistry.
Oh, okay. Chemistry, okay.
You have clearly made it clear what is the first law of thermodynamics. I have a question. We in economics have a similar arrangement. A definition is there. Can you remember if ever you have gone in the literature of theoretical economics? So there is one statement like this. We define production in economics. So if you can remember, or if you have ever come across this, what you mean by production when they ask, the definition or the concept sounds like first law of the thermodynamics.
Sir, I'm not quite well versed with economics.
Yes.
Can I make a guess?
Yes.
Is it the law of demand and supply?
No. We say what you say in law of thermodynamics, the same we say. Matter can neither be created nor it can be destroyed. You can only change the form and create utility that becomes production. So, these two definitions are sounding on similar lines.
I'm not like
When
no,
you have never come across. Okay. What other area you like where you have general studies?
general studies.
Yes, for matlab general knowledge sake, to know a discipline, to know a subject, what are the nitty-gritties. Have you studied any other subject other than chemistry? It is your core domain subject. Anywhere we can question you, or you may be comfortable to answer.
Who invented AC?
See,
Okay.
You were sitting under the AC and we invented.
I don't know the name of the inventor, but I can tell you the principle on which AC works.
Works.
Something.
Acha.
Who invented electricity?
Give me a minute. It was Edison, Thomas Alva Edison.
No. He has invented bulb,
Oh, electricity.
electricity.
Who invented aeroplane?
Aeroplane was the Wright brothers.
Where from they?
They're from which place?
I'm not sure. Are they from Britain? Maybe.
No, one country which is having supremacy over
This is Germany.
aeroplane production. Recently, there was great controversy. We have imported
Oh,
military bombers.
from that country.
Hmm? France,
Okay.
right, France?
Okay.
France. Okay, I'm asking you a very nasty question. I can say, if a woman complains, my husband has raped me, okay, because she is unhappy with him, and all for that he want to give a blemish to him. How police will understand this case? What actions, legal actions they will initiate, and what will be the final destiny of this case? Because it is very easy for a woman, whether she is in terms of with reference to her marital status, she is with the man, or she is genuinely complaining, he might have. So how a policeman will be in a position to understand if you are in the police department and this type of case comes before you, how you will handle it?
So I think first thing would be going by the legal procedures. I think the first thing would be filing an FIR.
Okay.
FIR.
What your rational mind thinks, what should be the procedure? Because if we are just taking action, initiating action, okay, she is saying it is a marital rape, okay, so he will be in trouble.
No, that is right.
And if the lady is genuine, so she will suffer.
Yes, sir.
It is two side edge is there. So let me know a rational point of view on the matter.
Yes, sir. I think first thing, as I said, first thing would be that we are, even if I was in charge of the case
Yes.
as a police officer,
Yes.
the first thing would be always going by the legal procedure,
Okay.
because legal procedure is the main thing.
Okay.
I think it's important to file an FIR for the case, since it's regardless of if it's true or not, we have to investigate the case. And then I think there has to be a medical examination for the woman.
Oh, medical examination is the big problem in this. Whether it is voluntary, because when the act is committed, it doesn't leave any sign if it is voluntary or it is forced. That is my intention to know from you.
How will you gauge that a relationship between husband and a wife? How will you take out the case?
It is a very typical problem for police as well as the courts to decide.
So, now I'm thinking in terms of technology. I think, can there be polygraph tests
We are
done?
not understanding the question, my friend.
Polygraph is not a regular mode of creating evidence. It is
It's
not
not a
required.
confirmatory
It is only
evidence.
corroborative.
We are interested to know
Supportive, that
whether
means-
Yes.
marital rape is punishable, illegal, or it is allowed. Husband we can call it.
Access.
Yes. What are your opinions on marital rape? Should
Because
be
it
legalized?
is a contemporary feminist issue. Sometimes it so happens in metropolis I have seen among my friends, they have everything with their own wishes, but subsequently in order to blemish or in order to punish what she cannot do in personal capacity, then she moves to the court. And society has become quite open. These issues are not in private now. So that is why I am asking you, being a lady himself.
Few years back there was court case regarding marital rape. I can't recall what the judgment was, but I think in terms of going with the at least the statistics by the NCRB, the National Crime Record Bureau, I think the violence against women it's significantly been recorded,
Yes.
and it is there has been cases where
No, no,
there's been
sociological thinker also saying that sometimes it becomes a tool in the hands because it has been recognized by the judiciary that marital rape is a possibility. So it's a two-edged sword. That's why I want to know your opinion on the matter.
Yes, sir, like I said, dignity of woman is a constitutional value that should
Yes, it
that
is a primary value.
I'll have to read about it.
Okay.
I-
Please read because this question will be there. Being a lady, being a smart and intelligent lady, we expect the input should come. At least you can know the viewpoint of lady better than me. But what your opinion? They should, before taking any harsh course of legal actions, they should be given a cooling period.
I think it's first thing I think there should be counseling. Medical counseling is essential. Okay, it's better to always not to burden the judiciary. It's better to settle it outside court through alternative dispute redressal mechanism. But I think
Just like in divorce case, there is a cooling period. A sufficient amount of time is given to reconcile their thought and to check who is at wrong and say sorry to each other. That type of system should be here also.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the most challenging thing that you've learned about this examination? This is your second attempt.
most challenging.
What you are doing presently? You are against somewhere?
No, sir, I'm prepared.
Fully. Okay.
Think, sir, the most challenging thing is academics and all is not challenging. I think it's the mind. I think I struggle most with disciplining my mind and thinking that I have it in me to give the exam. I think that's the most challenging
What is the
for
most
me.
important takeaway that you could take up from the preparation part? Although the journey is not over yet, still the takeaway points.
I think, so first of all, I think the most important thing is an honest assessment of yourself, with absolute honesty and objectivity, without being emotional about your past failures or anxiety for the future. And also, I think it's important to gauge your performance with respect to your peers, and if you can be open to criticism.
These are very typical things that we all aspirants they generally do. But if a life lesson has to be learned, so it would be taming your mind.
So I think that's
Right?
being optimistic also.
Very good. Now, can you brief us about the ancient and medieval history of Arunachal Pradesh till the Treaty of Yandarpur? You have to mostly let us know about from where the people came from. What is the setup, from where which sources we all can know about Arunachal Pradesh. And you just have to introduce Arunachal Pradesh in a brief manner. You can take your time to think and articulate. But till the Treaty of Yandarpur, let us know about your state.
It's ancient. With terms of the ancient history, we don't have much records since we are a tribal society. We don't have written records. Most of the tribes they have migrated from around the Indo-Tibetan border. Especially if I talk about our tribe, the Nishis, we have also come from the eastern Himalayas. Then subsequent migration from east to west.
Eastern Himalayas.
Yes, sir. Then we have migrated from west to east, crossing over this Subansiri River, then settling in the Coming Valley. So I think ancient history we don't have much record in terms of since there was also no official administration or any kind of administrative setup in the region. However, there's records in the religious texts like the Mahabharata and all. We are being referred to as the Kiratas, and also there's mention in we can't corroborate it since it's not historical evidence wise. However, there's mention in Mahabharata that there was a Assamese ruler who fought along with the Pandavas, and then for the medieval times, I think the region comes to focus with the arrival of the Ahoms, since they had their written reports and all the writers. There was I can't recall the name of the writer, but there was I think the history recording of history has started with the coming of Ahoms and then later the British.
What is the POSA system?
The POSA system was a system which was initiated by Pratap Singh, the Ahom king. It is a system in which it's kind of a revenue compensatory system for the hostile tribes like the Nishis and also the Akas, and also to an extent the Adis. So there was a kind of a annual tribute to the Ahom king from the tribal lands, from the hill tribes, and then in exchange they would collect material goods like cotton and all this.
No, who used to give Kosa to whom?
Pusa was collected by
Okay.
Kapotis, yes. I mean, they
No,
would
no, no.
from the plain dwellers to the tribes.
Plain dwellers used to give it to the tribes. What for?
So it was a kind of a diplomatic tool to prevent their raid into the plains.
Okay. Okay.
Now, we are not quite satisfied with your introduction of an Australia's history. It has to be more chronological, I feel. Anyway,
From ancient records and all these, what to say, lyrics of history, from that we can trace out to the Arunachal has developed like this. That will be more suitable.
okay. So, what kind of voting system do we practice to elect our MLAs? Do we follow first past the post? Do we follow proportional representation?
We follow the first post the pass system.
First past the post system.
First post the pass system.
First post. What it is exactly? What percentage of minimum votes are required to win? Is required to win election in a first past the post system?
So I think there is no as such minimum votes.
Isn't it 50% plus one?
No, sir.
What it is?
It's whichever candidate from whichever party gets the maximum vote is considered elected.
Irrespective of the minimum percentage.
There's no minimum percentage.
No minimum percentage. Achha. What if Nota gets 70% of the votes, right? And 30% of the votes is distributed among suppose 3-4 candidates. Will there be a re-election in that?
One who wins the maximum out of that, will he be declared as
Or will there be a
elected
re-election in that constituency?
There is not been any instance example to quote as such, but nota is a valid option for the elector, for the
No,
voters.
we wanted to
No,
know
no, but the question was
difference.
see, if during voting count, right, if during counting of votes, it has been found that suppose 1 lakh voters are put in, correct? And 70,000 votes are in the favor of Nota.
And
70%
70% are distributed among the all contestants.
Yes.
So if any one of them secures
Highest
safe
among the
1200 is the highest. So will he be declared elected?
Nota has 70% already.
That is one opinion, 70%. Other opinion is 12%. Sorry, higher, 12%, 1200 or 12,000. Say,
So like I said, there's not been any instance as such as of now. Okay, since the voter does not garner as much vote in any of the elections till now.
What is the rule?
If there was if there was a situation like that, I think the ECI would take this decision on this.
On what? Like,
what is the purpose of keeping an option of Nota?
So yes, sir,
we have not much idea. Who conducts elections to the state assemblies in this case? Is it the state election commission
Which is the final authority?
or it is the central election commission?
I mean for the MLAs.
Yeah, for the state assemblies among all the states.
Good afternoon. You are Tadar Sahi. Sahi, introduce yourself. Tell something about yourself.
Hello, my name is Tadar Sahi. I was born here in Alkan. Originally, my parents are from Kurnool district. After my schooling from Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya, Chimputana, my 10th and 12th. Post that, I did my graduation, that is BSc Chemistry Honours from Hindu College, University of Delhi. Later, I did my post-graduation, there is Masters of Science in Chemistry from IIT Bombay, which I completed in 2019. And since then, I've been preparing for the state civil services. We are 5 siblings. I'm the eldest. I have a younger brother and 3 sisters. And besides studying and preparing for the exam, I like to read books, watch wildlife documentaries, and bake.
Which documentary you have watched and which is your favorite one?
Okay, just frankly, but the most I like is there's a documentary by in which
What do you have learned about that thing? What you
the
learned
name
from
is Our Blue Planet. It's a BBC documentary.
What do you have learned about from that particular documentary?
Basically it talks about how it tells about the ocean diversity, oceanic diversity, different form of life forms in the ocean, like fishes, squids, and also about the Arctic and the Antarctic, penguins and.
Any moral of the documentary? Or anything that you have learned new thing?
Just other than the life form which is present in the earth, I think the ocean is less explored, and there's always every year there's new exploration from the ocean. So I think it's very fascinating, and since I'm very curious about such things, so I like watching.
Sahi, what are your personal experiences with the education that you already had? No? You studied in Mumbai, you said no. So can you tell me how do they save your perspective?
I think since I studied in IIT, and it's an institute of eminence and institute of national importance also, I think the academic rigor there, and also since the institute gives more emphasis on research in the area, so it shapes how you, and since it's also interdisciplinary and students come from different areas of India, so it widens your perspective, and also it tests your intellectual ability also. Initially I found it very difficult just in the first semester. After that, I've stopped.
Did you face any interview before? This is the first time.
Yes, for the IIT and all, I didn't.
For the job interview?
No, professional interview is the first time.
Okay, what do you understand the gender educations, and what are the steps can be taken in terms of gender equality in India?
Gender equality, first of all, I think besides the legal initiative, there's enough legislation for gender equality. I think the first and foremost is about changing the perspective, the society. I think, and for that it needs rigorous and continuous, I think IC campaigns, information, education, and communication campaigns, and it has to be done from the grassroots. And other than that, I think strict implementation of the law, and also most important is women empowerment, economic empowerment of women.
Can you discuss some gender stereotype in our society?
I think pertaining to the Arunachal society, I think foremost that comes to my mind is I think the lack of representation, especially in societal organizations for the women. Most of the community organizations have male members have that is number one, representation. And I think polygamy is also a serious issue.
What polygamy you stand on polygamy?
Polygamy, I think, sir, maybe prior 2 generations before for us, since most of the communities were natural, we are the second or the third generation that is getting education, formal education. In terms of polygamy, in previous generations, it had some social relevance because any practice is to be prevalent has to have some social sanction or some socio-economic utility. So I think polygamy in a scarce society, tribal society, with frequent clan-based wars or tribal conflicts, it made sense. But since we are now in a modern society and the women are getting more empowered and they are now more aware, I don't think polygamy has any place in the modern society like today. But I think since it's has some social relevance, it will take some time to go.
There has been call from many NGOs, many social beings, social organizations, to eradicate polygamy through by affecting law, passing it in the assembly. What do you think? It should be blanket ban, or is there any other alternative to it? And how do you balance customary law and this polygamy, if at all mandatory, if at all provided?
I'm aware that there was an independent bill for against polygamy. I'm not sure about I don't recall the name, but it's been a significant debate in the parliament. As the in terms of eliminating it, I think it will take. I think there has to be balance with the tribal customs and the modern law, because since ours is a little heterogeneous in terms of development. I mean, the state has a literacy rate of 50%, which means half of the state is still illiterate, and they are not aware of. We are still engulfed in the tribal ethos. So I think there's needs to be a balance. But
Should it be eliminated? Yes or no? Only answer in yes or no.
I think given the suffering of the
I
women,
want answer in yes or no only.
I think given the suffering that women suffers in the
No
polygamy,
statement, please. Just yes or no.
I think it should be abolished.
You think it should be or yes or no?
Yes.
So Sahi, you took so long to answer that. So do you think gender equality has been achieved in, say, let's talk about our state. I will not say about India. Let's talk about our state in particular.
I think there's quite a bit of progress that has been done in gender equality, since we have very many women-led organizations also, like the State Women Commission and then the Women Welfare Society. And the representation of women, especially in administration, and also all walks of life, from press to journalism to literature, it's increasing the representation, but I think we still have a long way to go.
So do you weigh gender equality by their profession, their occupation? Or are there other aspects?
In that terms, I would like to say is that there's, I think, in the Arunachali society today, we have two different spheres of influence. One is the formal sector, I mean the formal sphere, and the other one is the traditional sphere. While the women of Arunachal have been very steadfast and they progress in the formal sphere, in administration and all other sectors, but still in the traditional sector, like for example, the Adikebam, there's still like representation for the women. So I think, no, I'm not equating it with the professional, representation. Even in traditional, there's still lack of women representation in gender equality.
Okay, your resume says, have you joined IIT Mumbai in the year 2019 or you passed out? Is this the passing year?
Passing,
Okay, so are you working currently?
I'm not.
You're not. So you were working briefly in 2022. So what you were doing in this gap years?
Preparing for this.
Yes,
I was preparing for this exam.
you're preparing for this. So is this your first attempt?
This is my second.
Second attempt. And in your first attempt, you reached till?
I gave the mains, but I did not qualify for the interview.
You faced the interview board.
I did not.
You did not.
I gave the
Okay, you
mains.
took the exam, mains exam. Okay, that's good. So what do you think, social media? What do you think about social media? Is it a threat to today's society?
I think social media has, like every technology, every advancement has two sides. I think social media also has two sides. In terms of, I think it's a very enabling technology, enabling development. It has democratized expression, democratized opportunities for the youth not just the youth, I mean, for all sectors of for all sectors of society. Also, it has most of this democratized education, but since also has demerits, like there's a rise of cybercrime, cyberbullying, especially for the women, cyberstalking, and then now recently the digital arrest, this and scams also.
So how to curb this? Say, tell something about how to use AI in the governance.
In terms of social media.
You said you quoted that there are threats. You have quoted the cons of social media. Now AI is on high increase. While using AI, how can we better our governance? Do you have any inputs?
The AI has the AI has multiple applications in bettering governance. Especially first of all with machine learning and all and data analytics, it will help us enable to collect data on a wide scale, and this can help us in database governance, which will enable better policy making and targeted beneficiary provision.
Okay. So you love reading books, baking. Any specific genre?
I'm open to everything, both fiction and non-fiction.
Which is more critical to write? What do you think? Do you think writing fiction is more challenging or non-fiction?
I think both of them they require there's an overlap, but also distinct kind of a skill set is required. In fiction, I would say it's more research based. I mean, if you're for example, if you're writing on AI is impact on society that you have to research a lot. And in fiction also there is research, but it's more creative expression, and it's about your imagination and connecting with the reader.
So according to you, which is more challenging? Since you love reading, what do you enjoy more? First to answer, which is more challenging according to you?
I think since I do a bit of creative writing, I find creative writing more fiction.
Okay. So Uniform Civil Code, what's your view on it? Should it be implemented?
I think the UCC, the Uniform Civil Code. India is a very diverse country, and it's made up of different religious groups. And any change which has impact on the socio-cultural aspect of the society has to be done with a little bit of sensitivity. I think ultimately we need to, since our constitution in the DSPs, we aspire to implement the UCC, the Uniform Civil Code. So I think we should aspire for it, but any haphazard or hasty lawmaking should not be the way forward. I think there has to be consensus and confidence building with all the stakeholders.
So if you are selected, say you are one of the policy makers, how are you going to implement this Uniform Civil Code?
Like I said, ma'am, there has to be widespread.
What you are going to do, so we got the broad idea, but think that you are one of the policy makers. Now you have to implement it as an officer, as a decision maker.
Implementation or
How are you going to execute it?
since there's no law as such, I can't comment on it.
Yeah. Laws are there in place, but how are you going to make it uniform across the country? That's it. Say, take the reason. Say, in our state, decision has been made by the center, and now you have to implement it. Is it going to be abrupt, or you would go by phased?
Phased approach should be better.
That I give you an option. Do you have your own POV?
I think first of all, if there's any law as such, if the center were to draft a law like this, I think first it should be discussed in the assembly. Then there should be a wide public consultation first. And the public should be made aware that there's a law as such that's going to be implemented and how it can impact them. I think any law, if they're not conducive to a society for the culture of the community, I think they will have the legal right to challenge it. But since I'm an administrator and
What do you
it's my-
understand by uniform civil code?
Uniform civil code is uniformity of the civil laws which relates to inheritance, marriage, divorce, adoption.
Thank you.
Okay, Tadar Sahi, you have done masters from IIT Mumbai. So tell me the motto of IIT Mumbai.
Jnanam paramam dhyayam. It means knowledge is the ultimate pursuit.
And don't you think that you are going to waste the national resource by joining civil services, as you have already gained or attained one skill, attending the course or qualifying in that course in the premier institute of the country? So why this? Why this shift? Why a change in the career from engineering to a general profession?
So my experience studying in the IIT, it has shaped me in many ways, and just made me more aware and I think more disciplined. And I think that those are characters and qualities which has benefited me. So I don't think there's any waste of my education. And the skills that I've learned in terms of technical skills also, with reference to chemistry, my chemistry education, that's also going to be useful to be in administration. And if you're asking about the switch to civil administration, I think I do like chemistry a lot. But I think the opportunities which I will find in civil administration are wider, it's more diverse, and the scale is also much large, and the impact that I'll have on the society is going to be more direct.
The role of chemistry in efficient administration.
I think the knowledge of chemistry is vital in better handling issues like waste management, environmental protection, pollution. And other than that, the technical skills in terms of experimentation, data verification, and innovation is going to help in administration.
Okay, so for you, physics come first or chemistry?
Since I'm a student of chemistry, chemistry.
Okay. So in that case, let me ask, in this universe, when this universe originated, evolved, so matter was formed first of all, or the chemical bonding took place between different elements in the universe? I mean to say, chemistry originated first, or it was physics?
As per the Big Bang theory, so first there was empty space, and then there
No,
was.
just I'm asking, you need atom, you need matter to have chemistry, or that chemistry can take place in vacuum?
Chemistry and physics are both governed by the similar laws. They have a lot of overlap.
That means the chemistry comes first, then physics, according to you.
Can't say which comes first. I mean, both of them, even in the most widely accepted creation of the universe is the Big Bang theory, and since that it talks the laws we say that those are physical laws, but those similar laws also govern chemistry.
Fine, so your formal session is over. Coming to the feedback part, very quickly, just highlighting one or two points. opinionated situation or over opinionated issue, like someone sir asked you about polygamy, you started using that word, and then there was a supplementary question. So he asked you to take a stand. You wanted to continue, or you want an end to this practice. You were very late in taking a stand. He forced you until you said yes, I want end. So for such issues, always keep in mind that you have to take the constitutional stand. What is the constitutional stand? You should have said completely no, right? The practice should end because this violates the principle of equality. तो ये आप थोड़ा सा flexible रह सकते हैं, लेकिन opinion अलग हो सकता है. But that opinion has to be on the ground of constitutional provisions. उससे तो ऊपर हम लोग नहीं हैं. दूसरा है कि आई कॉन्टैक्ट थोड़ा सा स्टैटिक है, थोड़ा है, ज़्यादा नहीं है, पर चलेगा. बिकॉज दिस इज योर फर्स्ट मॉक, यू कैन इम्प्रूव अपॉन दैट. दैट इज नॉट ए बिग इशू. द थर्ड जो बिगेस्ट ऑब्जर्वेशन ये है कि यू लुक लाइक ए प्रोफेसर. ऐसा लगता है कि जैसे आप लेक्चरशिप के लिए इंटरव्यू देने आए. आई वॉन्ट स्मार्ट वन. आई वुड से दैट यू बेटर चेंज योर अटायर. ड्रेस जो आपने पहना है कुछ थोड़ा फॉर्मल वाला पहनो. जैसे क्या कह सकते हैं, मैम ज़्यादा इसको अच्छा से बता देंगे, लेकिन मेरा
You
मानना
are
है कि
looking good, you are looking very nice. In fact, the attire is also a formal tone, but maybe it's little loose, or you can judge for yourself. So what sir is trying to say, I guess, is you need to look little more smarter in terms of dressing sense. It looks good, formal, but some kind of addition is required. Maybe a fitter garment, okay?
maybe a trouser and
To be honest, a bit oversized as far as I feel. Because oversized लग रहा है. That's right.
So this smoke is all about for that, है कि नहीं? So that we can pinpoint what are the lacunas. And Sahi, you did very well, and you have a very good communication skill. Just be easy with your facial expressions. You'll get a video, go through it and revisit, and be prepared for the unexpected question. And you can never say you don't have an opinion. You have to place an opinion, and the interview is to know your point of view. So be assertive and convincing. Not necessarily that has to be the correct answer, that has to be the right answer. Especially in opinion-based question, there is no right or wrong answers. So just your confidence, and then how you back up your point of view, that all counts. Other than that, I think you'll do good. You have a good resume, and expect to receive when you talk about your hobbies, they will definitely ask you related questions. Be prepared for that. Like, who is your favorite author, what genres you read, all those. Okay, other than that, I think you are a very serious and one of the best candidates.
Yes, I will refine yourself decision-making ability. Okay, you took lots of time and some answers, so in that case, you have to refine yourself in that.